guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking you along through my journey redecorating my bathroom. Now, I've just moved into a new apartment. None of the apartment is decorated properly, and the bathroom is the first room that I'm tackling. I love how it turned out, you guys. I'm astonished at how much I transformed it from looking a little bit old to looking like brand new, super my style. I hope that you guys like it as well. So without further ado, let's just get started. Let me show you what the bathroom started out as.
So this is the before at the bathroom. It's a pretty standard condo bathroom, I'd say, but there are a few things about it that I just don't love. There are some fixtures in here that aren't necessarily matching. So this, for example, is chrome and this is brushed nickel. This is also brushed nickel, but it's showing some signs of wear as well. The paint job itself just isn't 100%. So like if you're looking down at the bottom, you can see some paint is missing in some sections. And then the light fixture over here is an IKEA light fixture. But the thing is, you can see the plate behind it, which just doesn't look the best. So this is the starting point, you guys. It's not bad, it's just not 100% my style, and there's definitely some parts of it that could be refinished to just be a bit nicer. And then I just started spackling in those holes and painting the room a nice crisp white. So the color I'm using is by Bear and it's called Night Blooming Jasmine, and it's a nice warm white color. Once I was done that, I installed a brand new light fixture, which I like very much because it's just a lot more neat and clean. Next, I took the cabinet doors off of the vanity so that I could transform them and work on them, and I actually decided to use a wood grain contact paper, and this stuff is by DC Fix and it looks really great. So basically, I just cut pieces of the contact paper to the approximate size and used a squeegee to apply it like so. I also used a hairdryer to get rid of any little air bubbles, plus make it really crisp around the edges of the cabinet doors, and that worked so great, you guys. I used a screwdriver as well as scissors to cut out the holes where the mounting holes were, and then I just screwed the cabinets back onto the vanity.
Okay, so I've just finished the cabinets. They are looking good with the wood kind of look right now. And the next thing I'm gonna do is actually change the countertops. So right now they're a little bit dated. They're this like warm marble. I just don't love the look. I think it would look a lot better if it was more on the side of like whitish. So I went ahead and I actually searched like 500 different types of marble contact paper to see if I could find the one that looks legit. And I think I found a really, really good one.
And boy, was she wrong.
Okay, so I am this much devastated right now. There's like these bubbles. You can see them really clearly when you're right over top the counter. So I don't know, I guess I'll wait till tomorrow. I'll see if it by some miracle gets better. If it does, great. I'll continue on with doing like the back and the side pieces, and if not, I will try the other contact paper that I have. So I did end up changing the contact paper because I hated how it was looking, and this is what it's looking like right now. I'm gonna be adding caulking in all these little lines and around the sink as well to just like finish it off and make it look really nice. I also swapped out the hardware here to be black instead of silver because I think that looks a lot nicer. But so far I am liking how it's going. It's a big transformation, you guys. It's a big transformation.
So next, I'm just installing a few new fixtures that I picked up. The first one is a matte black toilet paper holder, and I'm actually just using an existing hold that was there from the old toilet paper holder, so I don't have to make any new ones. Next, I have this old brushed nickel hand towel holder that I actually had in my last two apartments, and I want to turn it matte black just to match everything, so I actually hand painted it with spray paint so that it wouldn't make a mess, and I'm just installing that as well, except this one is going on the wall next to the sink. And I know why they didn't install it here, and it is totally because if you open the medicine cabinet door, it will bang into the towel holder and potentially break the mirror. But I have thought of a fix for this, so I'm taking these felt floor protectors that are actually meant for furniture, and I'm just cutting them in half. I'm peeling off the sticky backing, and then I'm actually layering two on top of one another so it's a little bit thicker, and putting them on 3 different spots behind the mirror.
Okay, so a little update. I've now added on 2 here, 2 here, and 2 right down here, and when I open the door, boom, this is where it stops, you guys. So success. The only thing is I definitely need to paint these black because this weird beige color doesn't look good. I hope you can see now. You can like barely see that sticky tab thing. So that is the goal here.
After that, I wanted to install some towel hooks, so I got these black ones off of Amazon and I just attached them onto the wall nearby to where the old towel bar was. Next, I just went ahead and switched out the electrical covers. Honestly, this costs only $2 and having those new crisp white covers looks so much better. So I highly recommend doing that because it's so easy to do as well.
Okay, so I'm just sitting here on the floor of the bathroom, and the next thing I'm going to be doing is installing some of this Floor Pops floor tiling. When you do remove it, which I'll have to do when I move out, it will leave a sticky residue, which you just can get off with Goof Off. This is the pattern that I picked up. I think it'll just like brighten up the whole space. I see this like beige color floor. I'm just not the biggest fan of it, so I think this down will be nicer because it'll brighten the whole thing up. I'm hoping this is gonna go on a little bit easier than the contact paper. Let's go.
So to install the flooring, you basically just peel off that paper backing and stick down the tiles. For the pieces where you need to cut them to size, I just used a box cutter and scored it twice, and then I was able to bend the tile and then I could cut down with the box cutter just like this. It was super, super easy. Once again, just removing the paper backing, sticking it in place. This probably took me like a solid 4 hours to do, but I love the way that it turned out. It honestly makes the bathroom look so much newer.
Okay, so I wanted to put some shelves up in the bathroom, and I found this in my stash. This perfect piece of wood that I think I previously got to make a shelf like 5 years ago, and somehow I still have it. But the thing is, I want 2 shelves and this isn't big enough to have 2 shelves. In one of my storage boxes, I found this, you guys. This is basically the piece of wood that I actually used to try and make a shelf all those years ago, except I painted it white with acrylic paint. I think I did like 1 coat of acrylic paint. But as you can see, it's like the same thickness, it's squared edge. I'm really glad that I saved this piece of wood, which I thought was junk. Because now I can have some matching shelves. I'll have to figure out how to cut them to size because I don't have a circular saw, so I might have to use like a hand saw, which I do have, I guess. Will I be able to cut it straight? I mean, I don't know, we'll find out. Let me get started with removing the rest of the white paint. I'm gonna give it a little sand, I'm gonna cut it to size, and then we'll turn them into shelves.
So I'm just actually using acetone, which is nail polish remover, to remove the initial layer of white paint, and that worked pretty good, but I could tell I definitely needed to sand it quite a bit. I actually started out sanding it by hand with a really coarse piece of sandpaper, and once it was all sanded and I could see the nice wood color through that and I was happy, I went ahead and marked off the length for the piece of wood, and then just taking my handsaw, I'm just manually going back and forth cutting the piece of wood to size. And honestly, I'm not very strong, so I could only take the saw in one direction, which is pulling it towards me. I could not push it. But after doing that back and forth, I was able to cut it. Woohoo! Then once again, just using that sanding paper, I sanded the edge to make it nice and smooth. And I also went over the initial piece of wood that I'm using for the other shelf so that the 2 colors would match. Next up, I got these shelf brackets off of Amazon and I just went ahead and installed them. All my brackets are on, it's now time to attach it to the wall. So for that, I've drilled some pilot holes and put anchors in, and then I'm just using my screwdriver once again to screw it into the wall. And honestly, these are so sturdy and barely damage the wall at all. It's gonna be so easy for me to fix when I move out. So once again, here just showing you using my drill, drilling the pilot holes, banging in the little anchors that I'm using, and then screwing it into the wall once again. I want to make sure that the screws look super seamless, so I'm using some black acrylic paint and literally just painting those silver screws to make them match. I actually switched out this paintbrush for an even skinnier one so I could get right in there without making a mess. And honestly, it works so perfectly, you could not even see those screws after that.
So next up, I really wanted to add some art prints above the robe hooks on the main wall of the bathroom. And I'm about to share with you one of my most coveted DIY hacks that I haven't heard anyone else talk about, and that is basically a site called Unsplash. And artists have uploaded their photographs for free, and they're high resolution, and you can download them super easily, print them off, and frame them yourself. So I'm not gonna lie, I was on Etsy and I was searching for boho prints, and then I came across a couple different sellers that had like thousands and thousands and thousands of different photographs that were all different types, and I thought, there's no way they took all of these pictures. So I decided to search Unsplash for similar words that were in the pictures. So for example, like cactus or desert, and I actually found the exact pictures I was looking for. I found those pictures I wanted, I downloaded them, and then I went ahead and I just adjusted the colors to make them exactly match what I was looking for. Then I used staples online and I got them printed and shipped to me.
So these are the 3 prints that I picked, although I actually only ended up using 2 of them. I'm just using an X-Acto knife to cut off the excess material, and then I'm gonna put them in frames.
So initially I wanted to put these pictures into a nice wood frame, but I couldn't find any online that were reasonably priced since everything's closed. But I did find these Reba picture frames from IKEA, and I thought I'd put some contact paper on them.
And the contact paper that I'm using is actually the exact same stuff that I used on the vanity cabinets. I cut out 4 pieces of the contact paper, 1 for each side. I did make sure to cut the contact paper at an angle on every single corner, so it actually looks like 4 pieces of wood that are coming together to make this frame. And this is what they look like when all the contact paper was on, and then once the prints are inside, already looking super cute. And then I just went ahead and mounted them, and as I mentioned before, I only ended up using 2 of them in this bathroom. Next up, I just added some fresh white towels onto those hooks, and then onto decorating the shelves. On the top shelf, I'm starting off with this tray I actually made in my dollar store DIY video. I just love it. And then this is a simple gold frame that I got from a thrift store. Next, I have this glass vase with dots all around, which I got from a Canadian dollar store, which I love. And this one's actually a glass vase that I got from Dollar Tree that I spray painted with chalk paint in the color Colonial Ivory. The final piece here is adding in a piece of pumice grass, which I picked in a field in the suburbs. Now on to the bottom shelf, the first piece I'm using is this vase I DIY'd, also from dollar store material. This is in another video. I'm just adding some pieces of dried eucalyptus that I've had kicking around for a while. And then next to that, I'm just adding some bottles that have pretty packaging so that they can be on display. They're all matching my color scheme. And then I'm adding in this nice amber candle, which I had in my previous bathroom as well. And the final piece I'm adding to the shelf is actually a DIY tasseled garland. And to make this, I'm basically using some wood beads I got off of Amazon, as well as a couple packages of this craft cording from Dollar Tree. Using a piece of the cardboard from the cording, and I'm wrapping around the cord several times until I have a good size bundle there. Next, I'm taking 2 really long pieces of cord and wrapping it through the bundle that we just created, cutting the bottom of that bundle and then double knotting the pieces at the top. Next, I'm taking a smaller piece of cord and I'm just tying it about 1/2 inch down from the top of the tassel. I'm giving it a nice double knot so that it's nice and secure, and then I'm actually trimming the bottom of the tassels so that they're all even. Next, starting off with the beads, I'm just threading the beads onto the cord, and then when I have about 2 inches left on the cord, I'm starting to make another tassel here, following the same kind of method, except this time I'm using the end of the garland and threading that through the bundle and double knotting it there. I love how this one turned out, and I just added it right behind the candle to finish off the shelf. Now, just moving right along, I'm using this hand towel from H&M in the color ochre. It's currently out of stock, but I love it so much. And then on the actual bathroom countertop, I'm adding in this little faux greenery plant, which I got from a dollar store. And then I'm reusing this gold soap dispenser, which I had in my last apartment because I love it. And I'm also reusing this textured white shower curtain because I think it's just awesome. And then finally, I'm adding in this nice rust-colored bath mat from Bed Bath & Beyond. And guys, I'm so excited to show you how my bathroom turned out.
but honestly, you guys, I've never been more happy with how a room's turned out ever in my life. I just can't believe that I achieved this aesthetic start to finish. Like, honestly, the floor looks brand new. This looks brand new. This is just so cute. I can't believe I built these shelves. Like, this is such an accomplishment for me. I hope you guys like it so much. Okay, so moment of truth. Do you like how my bathroom turned out? And if you do, then let me know down below. Honestly, I'm so happy with how it turned out. I could not be happier. It was like exactly what I was envisioning. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me for this journey. If you like this video, then don't forget to hit the like button down below and also subscribe to me on this YouTube channel maybe so that you get notified when I upload new videos all about DIY and home decor and stuff like this. Also, it would just mean a lot to me because then I'd be able to make more content for you guys and it's just like a circle of winning kind of thing. But you could also check me out on Instagram as well. I'm at DIY Dalia with an underscore at the end. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And until next time, you guys, bye.